Good afternoon, and welcome to our 23rd Commencement Ceremony. I am Dr. Polly Rykowski, principal of Eagan High School, and on behalf of our entire Eagan community and school, I welcome each of you to this celebration. Thank you, Mr. Make and the EHS Wind Ensemble for sharing the wonderful music with our audience this afternoon, and now, of course, our processional. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the national anthem. We have a flag here on the stage as well as one back here. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. This afternoon, we are pleased to welcome Ms. Jane Barron, Superintendent of our schools, Mr. Steve Trone, Director of Teaching and Learning for our school district, and 3 members of our school board, Mr. Joel Albright, Director, Mr. Art Colson, Treasurer, and Mr. Gary Husko, Clerk. If they would stand for our recognition. Thank you. We are very honored to have you participate with us today. We also want to welcome several Eagan elementary and middle school principals here today. We want to thank them for their involvement with these students and their entire academic careers. We have a couple of them who are able to join us today. They're seated over here. I'll ask them to stand. Mr. Miles Haugen, Deerwood Elementary. Also parent of a graduate. Mr. Jeff Holton, Glacier Hills Elementary. And Dr. Trevor Johnson, Dakota Hills Middle School. Thank you for being with us. In 1995, when Eagan High School was still a new 4-year high school, over 600 families welcomed their newborn sons and daughters into the world. At that time, they could not download any apps that told them what baby names meant or how to choose one. They weren't able to text or Twitter the good news to their friends and relatives. There was no use of an iPad to record the occasion. No videos or iPhone photos were sent online. No blogs or Facebooks. However, a lot has changed since then. Now, about 18 years later, many technology innovations have allowed these students, and all of us, frankly, to develop new ways of thinking. These seniors sit before you, eagerly anticipating their graduation from high school. Oh, Jane always wins. She always bets me I won't cry, and I do. As today's graduates celebrate their achievements, and anticipate where they're headed next and what will happen next in their lives and where they eventually will wind up in the world, some of them hopefully back here helping us educate young people. Their family members are sitting all around us wondering where all these years have gone and what the future will bring for their young men and women. The time between kindergarten roundup, we remember that, Gymboree, Little League, ballet classes, piano lessons, braces, the first cell phone, driver's training, ACT prep classes, college visits, and now graduation has seemed far too brief. Now, of course, we all get faced with the idea of letting them go. And we know that as parents, it's both with joy and sadness. These wonderful young men and women are truly honored graduates in every way. I ask you to join me in a round of applause to recognize their learning and growth as they will have achieved their graduation from high school and earned a right to be here today. The class of 2013, our 23rd graduating class, has been very special to all of us. As a faculty and staff, we are excited for them today, of course. And yet, of course, we too are sad to see them depart. Throughout high school, they've been a high-achieving group, very dedicated, not only to their community and service to the world, but also to each other as a group of young people. They've been a very positive leading force at Eagan High School. They've instilled even greater belonging and renewed school spirit in our students. And each year, their leadership has been instrumental in our many community giving efforts that we conduct every year, such as food drives, Armful of Love donations, the recent More Oklahoma Challenge, and much, much more. We challenge them to go forward and continue what they learned to do in their college and career life, their jobs, the armed forces. Wherever they wind up in life, we know they'll carry that. Today's ceremony has been planned by these graduates with the help of their elected student government representatives. They chose the time, they chose the place, well, the backup place, the apparel, the honors, the speakers, and the music. They have voted to make this ceremony both a formal one and a brief one. The senior class officers, senators, and representatives work diligently to make this and other senior end-of-the-year events memorable. I ask our senior class student government leaders to please stand and be recognized at this time for our thanks. Thank you, government leaders. Will you please stand? Oh, there's a lot more of you than that. All the senior reps, I want the senior reps, senators, leaders, all of you, please. Will you stand? Thank you. They're a humble group. They don't think they deserve to be recognized, but believe me, they do. They did a lot of work. Tonight, members of this class will enjoy an all-night senior party. Their parents and guardians have earned a giant thank you from all of us, and especially from the students, for working to help make this evening a memorable and safe one. Graduates, will you join me in a round of applause for your parents, guardians, and families for all they've done? Once again, this year we are joined by relatives and friends of the graduates watching the ceremony both live on local cable TV and web streamed at home, also on the big screen in the auditorium, the NPR, lecture halls, all over the place in the building. And we extend all of them a warm welcome to this ceremony as well. For those of you who wish to revisit this afternoon's event, a professionally edited video of the entire ceremony will be played throughout the summer on our local cable channel 15 and 20, ETV. You are also free, of course, to view that, tape it, or even purchase a copy from our local cable. We ask that you please today do not leave your seats for photography reasons. Several professional still photos of each graduate are being taken. One is he or she arrives at the line, and another as they are crossing the stage. These photo proofs will be sent to them within a week, and you can purchase enlargements if you wish. I'd like you to take a moment now and look at your graduation program. Those graduates selected as recipients of the Eagan Foundation scholarships are shown on the third page. Now in its 23rd year, the Eagan Foundation has awarded over $100,000 in scholarships this year alone to 118 deserving Eagan seniors. This brings the foundation scholarship total to $985,000 in scholarships since 1991. With your help, that amount can and will continue to grow each year. The goal is to climb to $1 million, and the goal is set for next year to do that. Please contact the Eagan Foundation if you would like to develop a scholarship. In addition, many other awards and scholarships have been offered to the members of the class of 2013. Those scholarships and awards, which were given by our local schools and the local community, have been given and listed in the program today on page 4. Over $24 million was offered in scholarships to these graduates from various institutions, including colleges, universities, ROTC programs, as well as businesses and other organizations. Many of these were shared in the Senior Award Ceremony on May 21st. We want to congratulate our seniors on their many accomplishments in those endeavors. Joining the graduating class today in the ceremony are 88 members of the Eagan High School faculty. We were invited to continue the EHS tradition of engaging with pride in the celebration of our students' success. Faculty, I'd like you to please rise to be recognized. Thank you for all that you have done and all your dedication to these young men and women. At this time, Gary Husko, school board member, will deliver a brief welcoming message from our board. Gary?
Last year I was a little bit long. On behalf of the school board, welcome everyone and graduates. You've worked hard to get here. Continue to work hard in everything that you do. We're very proud of you. Congratulations.
See, I told you it'd be short. See? He's good. Miss Maria Altendahl and Mr. Eric Schmidt are co-presidents of the senior class, and they, on behalf of the senior class and our student government members, will now present the class gift to Eagan High School. Eric and Marie, the podium is yours.
Good afternoon, class of 2013. My name is Marie Altendahl.
And I am Eric Schmidt. Today we come to the stage with the honor of presenting a gift to Eagan High School on behalf of everybody in blue and green robes on the floor.
Over the past 4 years, we've all been given so much by this school. So now before we leave, we look to give something in return.
Though it may seem that after being together for 4 years, we could have come to some sort of general consensus on what to give, that was most certainly not the case. Smashing ideas like an old wooden pirate ship for our irrigation pond just missed the chopping block this year.
And surprisingly, an expansion and repaving of the student parking lot just misses the student government budget.
However, we were able to reach a conclusion.
At 23 years old now, Eagan certainly is building up a collection of memorabilia and spirit that spans generations.
The original graduates who sat on this floor when the school opened are now in their 40s. A lot of them probably have kids, and if it hasn't happened already, they'll now be coming into this school to get their education if they still live in Eagan.
And as Eagan's rich traditions and thriving spirit prospers and grows, we have decided to add a glass display case that will be filled with the collection of Eagan Wildcat memorabilia from all the years preceding us, as well as the years to come.
This was going to be built in the hallway outside of the administrative offices, and we will start it primarily from the abundance of items given from Miss Jane Lee, who's retiring this year after teaching and collecting memorabilia at Eagan since the school opened. Additionally, like a bush, our gift has the quality of being able to grow as long as it lives.
And we leave this in the name of everyone who's gone through this school's doors.
Because, as we all know, Zac Efron, as Troy Bolton, said,
"Once a wildcat, always a wildcat."
That was great. We're happy to have that, too. As a principal of Eagan High School, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the top 11 seniors by both honors and class rank of the class of 2013. So I'll have you rise when I read your name, and if we could hold our applause until the end, please. The student in 11th place is Bridget McGivern. In 8th place, Marie Altendahl, Madison Janvrin, and Wyatt Wagner. Tied for 6th place, we have Paulina Merrill and Nicholas Odlog. And this year we honor co-valedictorians, all tied for 1st place in their class. There are 5 of them: Erin Anderson, Michelle Galarno, Grace Hinton, Brianna Kozemzak, and Kyle Main. Together, those 5 valedictorians shared the honor of leading the class in today's processional. Now I would ask also for the graduates who are wearing gold honor cords to stand for our recognition. These seniors rank in the top 10% of this graduating class, in most cases, both by class rank and honors rank, and we are very, very proud of them. That is a big distinction. In addition, let's have the seniors who are wearing silver honor cords stand. These seniors have challenged themselves and maintained honors ranking. They have earned this honor by completing a minimum of 24 advanced placement, college in the schools, or honors level courses here at EHS. Many have completed 35 to 40 of those courses in their 4 years. They are graduating with honors. We are proud of all of you. Congratulations. Thank you. You may be seated. I'd like to mention at this point the gowns that the students are wearing. Each year, the senior class is shown a color palette of options for their gowns, and every year they seem to choose blue and green because that's what they like, and that's what we like too. And then they vote to see who will wear which color, and the boys this year have chosen to wear Kelly green because the girls outvoted them for the royal blue. And don't they look wonderful? Our graduate seating order is unique to Eagan High School. We assign seats in an alternate pattern of blue-green, blue-green. We think it's visually very, very beautiful. But therefore, when the diplomas are granted up here on stage, they will not be in alphabetical order. They will walk across the stage, have their name read in a random pattern, which makes those people with V's and Z's for last names feel really good and gives us a chance to do some special seating. The advice we give to our graduates is find your passion and live it. Our faculty speaker tonight, this afternoon rather, embraces that advice. The seniors have chosen one of their favorite teachers, Mr. Kim Waltman, to deliver the faculty message. Mr. Waltman has been an English teacher and mentor at Eagan High School since 1991. His message is entitled, "Why So Serious?" Mr. Waltman, the podium is all yours.
Honored graduates, faculty, administration, Madam Superintendent, school board, parents and relatives, undergraduates, Eagan paparazzi, the owner of the Sisabagama RV Resort on Bay Lake, Cindy, who I met on Match.com, and weird people who just like to come to these things. Good afternoon and congratulations to the class of 2013. Who says 13's unlucky? Graduates, sometimes life is unfair. Deal with it. Thank you and good luck. Don't get me wrong. I take my assignment today very seriously. When I was asked in February to be your graduation speaker, I decided to prepare with the same intensity and drive that you have dedicated to your common essays and research papers. So late last night, I drank 3 Red Bulls and began writing. I did painstaking research by Googling graduation speeches, and I borrowed some ideas. The bibliography for this speech includes notables from the pinnacle of American intellect and rhetoric like John F. Kennedy, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King Jr., FDR, George Carlin, Conan O'Brien, Putz and Klutz, Ozzy Osbourne, Lindsay Lohan, Buzz Lightyear, and Krusty the Clown. The title of this speech is borrowed from the 2008 movie The Dark Knight, where the Joker presents us with the introspective question, why so serious? To help us answer this question, I've decided to write a poem just for you. This poem is for you, class of 2013. I hope you like it, and it won't rupture your spleen. I'm an Eagan High School 2013 grad, born in the 1900s. I can be new wave and old school at the same time. I can be a high-tech lowlife. I'm user-friendly with a flash drive. I use flashcards. I know how to upload and I know how to download. I even go wireless. I'm a hot-wired, voice-activated, and I interface with a database. I'm interactive, hyperactive, and it's sometimes radioactive. I'm in the moment, on point, on task, online, on message, and never at home. I text, I tweet, I trend, I tag, and sometimes I even twitch. But I don't text when I drive or drive when I text. I own Blu-ray, but I can also go green. I'm oven ready, clinically proven, built to last. HD, CD, 3D and XM powered, GPS, MOG, LOL, SOL, TMZ, STD, DVD, and JPEG. I'm an egomaniac with an inferiority complex. I eat junk food, bean burritos, and 11-inch footlong at Subway. I'm into myself, but I think outside the box. I'm asked to hurry up, but told to slow down. I'm over the top, but under the radar. I can be low profile and high maintenance. You can't shut me up or dumb me down. Count me in, peace out, rock on, bug off, dummy up, get down. I can be a redneck, a rogue, a ruffian, a renegade with an unlimited broadband capacity. I can be a rude dude, but I'm the real deal. I'm lean and mean, locked and ready to rock. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swang. I fake it till I make it. I'm a gamer, but I don't play games. I never lick a steak knife. And that's a definite maybe. I hate standard common essays and common standardized tests. I dislike 60-pound textbooks, pointless PowerPoints, cold classrooms, and posing for Life Touch photos. You see, dudes, I'm a 2013 EHS grad born in the 1900s. I've crossed the great millennium cusp, survived Y2K, stared down the Mayan apocalypse, successfully prevented a zombie attack, been to the fiscal cliff, endured the weekly registration call downs, and taken Mr. Rohr's essays. I'm an EHS wildcat. I've been link to link. I got it made in the shade with lemonade. I'm smooth, well-prepared, well-groomed, well-mannered. I got more money in my pocket than the U.S. Postal Service. I'm open to new ideas and old wisdom. I'm an agent for change. I stand tall and take my shots. I don't snooze so I won't lose. I keep my pedal to the metal, my head on a swivel, and I don't miss much, and what I miss ain't much. I have an attitude of gratitude. I say please and thank you. I practice the value of the month, and I love my grandparents. I can be caring, sharing, healing, revealing, and extremely feeling. I take it slow. I go with the flow. I ride with the tide. I got glide in my stride, and my swag don't lag. As EHS Wildcats grads, we've now reached the spork in the road. We be offline real soon. Time to boogie, make feet. Hit the road, Jack, fly the coop. Burn rubber, put a fork in it, it's done. Hashtag this, hashtag that. Hashtag, we're deleting this academic website in quick time. Right on, dude. So, check your clock, you're almost out of school. But never forget, you seniors rule! Finally, graduates, seriously, I can say that my life is a lot smoother if I live one day at a time. And I remember to lighten up and find the humor in each day. Many times I don't, and then I laugh too little and get too uptight. I sit in a room and get all caught up in my stinking thinking about some silly, self-absorbed, important drama. Or I get too serious or self-important that I can't see the humor in my own humanness. I get so wrapped up in the idea of being heard that I forget to sit alone in silence and be grateful for my health, my mind, my career, my family, and my friends. So I ask you today, why so serious? Seriously. Thank you, and may the God of your understanding bless you and guide you.
Thank you, Mr. Waltman. You never disappoint. I'm sure the class will treasure that memory of that, although they may have to rewind it a bit to catch all of that. It was great. At this time, our choir and band members, will you move into position, please, for your performance? The concert choir has chosen to perform Groundless Ground for this ceremony. The choir is conducted by Mr. Randy Schaefer and his the EHS vocal music instructor, and accompanied by Ms. Nicole Marshall, professional voice teacher. The lyrics for this song, if you wish to follow them, are printed on page 4 of your program.
fight. We must all unite.
With courage like fire, my fear is gone.
I believe that we will win.
Deep in my heart, my faith is strong.
I want to try.
We will more than try. We're gonna live. We're gonna fly.
Over promised ground.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for performing. That was our concert choir under the direction of Mr. Randy Schaefer, accompanied by Ms. Nicole Marshall, and I believe that might have been Mr. Eric Schmidt on the drums. Am I right? Correct? Thought I recognized that. And our wind ensemble, of course, joining them for our first number, which was When I Hear Music, arranged by Mr. Tom Meek. Thank you so much. Music adds so much to our lives. As their student graduate speaker, Ms. Laura Hansel represents the class of 2013. She is one of our speech team captains, and she auditioned for and earned this privilege. Her speech is entitled, A Walk in Our Shoes. Laura, the podium is yours.
Welcome, Superintendent Behrens and Dr. Trone, members of the school board, honored guests, Dr. Rykowski, the EHS administration, teachers, staff, parents and guardians, and finally, the graduating class of 2013. Today is all about appreciating where we came from, who we are, and who we want to become. But before we go any further, we should take a moment to thank the people who got us here. To all Eagan High School teachers, administrators, mentors, custodians, coaches, counselors, immense appreciation would be an understatement. The time and effort that you have invested into our lives deserves the utmost recognition. To our loving parents and guardians who have supported us this entire time, sitting through cold EAA track meets, chaperoning elementary school field trips, spending time and money on extracurricular activities, and for forcing us out of bed on school days, especially the last few weeks when for some reason first hour seemed a lot more optional than before, for challenging us and for reminding us that we didn't know everything. We thank you. We couldn't have done it without you. In 1994, while most of us were busy being born, the Academy Award-winning movie Forrest Gump was released. 18 years later, it's apparent that everything we ever needed to know, we could have learned from Forrest Gump. Stupid is as stupid does. Life is like a box of chocolates. You know how it goes. And chances are you've heard these lines a million times too many. But I have to say, the most meaningful lesson is never directly quoted by the charming Forrest Gump, but rather implied with everything that he does. He shows us how to be a good friend, to be a good person, and to trust that things will work out. Forrest met his best friend Bubba while in combat during the Vietnam War. While others made fun of Forrest for his low IQ, Bubba treated him with respect. And in exchange, Forrest kept his promise to Bubba to start a shrimping business and an awesome restaurant at the Mall of America. Being a good friend for Bubba and Forrest meant trust, loyalty, and sticking with each other through it all. Let's think back to the first day of freshman year when you walked in this gym and realized there are 600 other kids in this room, and they're all in the same shoes that I am. We were 14. We were lost, both figuratively and literally. We were awkward. We all tripped up the stairs, some of us more than others, but through all this, we met our best friends. Forrest described Bubba as his best good friend and said, "Even I know you can't just find that around the corner." Maybe we weren't all best friends, but we spent 1,362 days in the exact same place, walking the same halls with many of the same problems. Look around and see all of the people that knowingly and unknowingly have been there for us. As Forrest Gump said, most of the time, I tried to do the right thing. I may not be a smart man, but I know what love is. Forrest loved everyone around him unconditionally and completely, and our class has exemplified these values, not only in our friendships with each other, but also in our response to difficult times. In this last year, we faced a variety of obstacles together. It was rumored that leggings would be banned in Eagan High School. And of course, we can't forget the liberating lunchroom revolution as hundreds of kids fought their right to eat normal-sized portions. And perhaps, most memorably, a computer was shattered during the all-school Harlem Shake in the library. Sorry, Miss Nagel. Just for the record, our class donated funds to repair the computer monitor that was damaged. But all jokes aside, the class of 2013 has dealt with many hardships, including our share of national tragedies. We grew up in the post-9/11 era and came of age during the Arab Spring movement. We and the rest of America experienced the collective shock that followed in the wake of the Boston Marathon bombings. Mass shooting became a term far too familiar, as we saw with Virginia Tech, Aurora, Colorado, and Sandy Hook Elementary School. But in times of tragedy, Eagan High School stepped in to rally. A great example of this was just in the past month. In a mere 3 days, Eagan High School raised $10,000 for Moore, Oklahoma. Moore High School expressed astonishment that a suburb in Minnesota could care so much. Along with national tragedies, Eagan suffered its own tragic loss with the death of Laura Miller. I want to take a moment to remember Laura, because she will always be a part of this graduating class. She was a brilliant, remarkable young woman, and the imprint that she left on our lives will never be forgotten. We miss you, Laura. Despite the painful times, remember when Forrest broke free of his leg braces and ran? The majority of our days were good ones. We're defiant, spirited, and always looking ahead. Like Forrest said after the war, the good part about being shot in the buttocks was the ice cream. They gave me all the ice cream I could eat. The class of 2013 chose to be defined by the good times. Let's take it back all the way to freshman year again, when we decided we wanted to stand in the bleachers with the pit at football games. Of course, the pit is exclusively reserved for juniors and seniors. Needless to say, we weren't exactly appreciated by the upperclassmen, but it was clear that we made our mark on Eagan High School very quickly. 4 years later, not much has changed. We coined the phrase "seniors rule" and documented our newfound superiority on physics extra credit questions, exams, and broadcast it every week for the whole school on Eagan AM's WCR report. The last lesson that the movie teaches us: trust that things will work out. Forrest asked, "What's my destiny, Mama?" Mrs. Gump replied, "You're gonna have to figure that out for yourself." She also told him that you have to do your best with what you're given. Each and every one of us has worked hard to deserve our spot here today. Whether your plans next year are going to college, working, joining our country's armed forces, or you're still figuring it out, be proud of yourself in this very moment. For all of us, this day is a goodbye and an ending. But it's also a new beginning. Mama always said there's an awful lot you can tell about a person by their shoes, where they're going and where they've been. Mama said they'd take me anywhere. Whether or not these past 4 years went the way you wanted them to, this is a chance to start over. So look around one last time. We're still in the same shoes. And these shoes will take us across this stage to receive our diploma, our new beginning. I hope right now you're realizing that you were never alone, even if sometimes it felt like it. And as Forrest Gump says, that's all I have to say about that. Congratulations, class of 2013. Seniors rule!
Thank you, Laura. As testament to the fact that Forrest Gump had an impression, there are a number of senior boys in this class whose middle name is Forrest. Must have had an impression. Very nice speech. Thank you very much. Would the members of the class of 2013 please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to present the class of 2013 to you, parents, guardians, family, school district officials, and special guests. These young men and women have distinguished themselves by their outstanding performance, by their caring attitudes towards each other and their community and the world, and by their unwavering willingness to rise to many challenges. We have come to respect them and enjoy being with them. We will miss them very much. They have earned the right to be recognized at our ceremony today. Accordingly, on behalf of the faculty of Eagan High School, many of whom are present at this ceremony, I hereby certify to the school board that these seniors have successfully completed the requirements for graduation from District 196. I recommend they be granted diplomas. Our senior name readers, Mr. Reed Emmons and Mr. Evan Esslinger, have been selected to help us with that service today. If they would move to their podiums, please. And thank you in advance for doing this for us. They take their jobs very seriously as well. At this time, will the class of 2013 please come forward, first row at a time. The rest of you may be seated while you wait your turn to receive recognition.
Michelle Marie Galarno.
Aaron Paul Anderson.
Kyle David Main.
Brianna Gail Kazemzak.
Grace Augusta Hinton.
Tyler John Heath.
Tyler Akanin Vixevong.
Erica Rochelle Klima.
Emily Elaine Lynch.
Cassandra Lee Swanson.
Patrick Michael Higgins.
Claire Corbett Dolney.
Milicia E. Cha.
Zachariah Jacob Schultz.
Cole Michael Lundy.
Abigail Kathleen O'Connor.
Bridget Burns McGivern.
Cato A.C. Valandra.
Bereket B. Wulda Gabriel.
Erin Elizabeth Line.
Lindsay Lee Hildebrand.
Eric Andrew Schmidt.
Zachary Andrew Heimerl.
Laura Elaine Hansel.
Marie Rose Altendal.
Marley Joe Etchison.
Maiwash Jenshuk.
Daniel John Chapdelaine.
Joshua Dylan Lowe.
Lindsay Jean Roche.
Catherine Sibu Florendo.
Joshua Angel Solano.
Alec John Schmidt.
Nicole Rose Moran.
Kayla Nicole Finneran.
Justin Brian Woolen.
Michael William McCulley.
Michaela Marie Lodahl.
Sophia Catherine Mitchell.
Benjamin Ian Rubenstein.
Anthony Maurice Abu Khalil.
Callie Nels Paulson.
Itzel Franco.
Wyatt Asher Wagner.
Kyle Constantine Smith.
Irene Ahmed.
Catherine Ray Andrus.
Stephen Thomas Anderson.
Michael Kenyon Iverson.
Anna K. Fadden.
Madison Renee Janvrin.
Nicholas Oliver Jaffola.
Zachary David Holloway.
Daniel James Kraus.
Danielle Elaine Anderson.
Sarah Christine Anderson.
Britta Kristen Olmanson.
Kevin Michael King.
Daniel William Jackson.
Amy Nicole Duchesne.
Megan Elizabeth Blair.
Nathan Michael Blakely.
Alexander Augustus Mensos.
Aaron McGinnis Chapuis.
Nicole Elaine Yanish.
John Alex Schoberg.
Ryan Allen Bailiff.
Paulina Sharon Morell.
Caitlin Marie McCoy.
Nicholas Stephen Odlog Mason.
Drew R. Nichols.
Emma Ann Kranz.
Annalise Louise Wolf.
Dustin Lee Fitterer.
Cole Martin Peterson.
Caitlin Christine Inman.
Callie Ray Steichen.
Connor Robert Keach.
Tanner Hakam Hussein,
Emily Ann Seipel,
Sophia Grace Christine Callahan,
Elizabeth Suzanne Frick,
Reed Bradley Becker,
Matthew William Gleason,
Nicholas Lee Smallage,
Madeline Christine Redding,
Claire Diane Gutnick,
Kenneth Clinton Olson,
Thomas Joseph Joyce,
Erica Marie Lutz,
Madison Christine Savage,
Alexander John Chapdelaine,
Joseph Anthony Zuzek,
Monica Krista Gray,
Stephanie Lee Duddingston,
Abdul Samad Qureshi,
Jonathan Dennis Sable,
Laura Betty Debner,
Bhumi Harish Joshi,
Vaibhav Kant Sharma,
Sai Valori,
Ali Nicole Kupenbender,
Jacqueline M. Duddingston,
Jose Rios Cabrera,
Casey A. Pook,
Alana Margaret Thielen,
Sonia Annette Hedblum,
John Mahoney Kozadowski,
Derek James Allred,
Justin William Worsbinski,
Gina Marie Layette,
Carly Hannah Mao,
Allison Ann Howe,
Jake Daniel Klatke,
Riley Scott Schoberg,
Marta Rose Peterson,
Ashley Lynn Galarno,
Sanket Mishra,
Luke Jeffrey Shuchuk,
Marie Anik Nathalie Renoy,
Melanie Ruth Johnson,
Donald Scott Richardson,
Mohamud Mohamed Ibrahim,
Madison Jillian Selner Crothers,
Sarah Jane Kelly,
Luke Hamilton Moe,
Ross Michael Dembski,
Heather Ashley Krepp,
Taylor Joe Dushek,
Ryan Christopher Cook,
Eric Nathan Goodson,
Kaylee Renee Solheim,
Brian Leo Koenig,
Jordan Joseph Doyle Brandt,
Ashley Rose Aldinger,
Samantha Lee Haas,
Zachary Richard Law,
Jenna Marie Peterson,
Jonathan Pearson Estes,
Benjamin Terry Chipman,
Aaliyah Marie McNamara,
Alyssa Marie Johnson,
Nicholas Ryan Martin,
Jessica Ray Gwynn,
Kelly Marie Hansen,
Timothy James Anderson,
Bradley Scott Ketterling,
Rachel Donna Stewart,
Emily Shereen Trzynski,
Nathan David Steele,
Matthew James Thomas,
Jillian Ray Haugen,
Courtney Nicole Mann,
Charles Robert Miller,
Peter Gregory Economo,
Casey Kristen Gilman,
Abigail Elizabeth Kilgore,
Zachary Stephen Glinky,
William Patrick Immen,
Paige Elizabeth Toll,
Nicole Marie Wagner,
Joshua Allen Battles,
Mitchell David Seidel,
Mitchell Frank Borman,
Erica Ray Simahowski,
Anna Louise Hutton,
Hannah May Landmark,
Andrew John Zeller,
John Joseph Jakes,
Victoria Rayanne King,
Madison Lee House,
Ryan Philip Masso,
Jacob Kazimierz Gujor,
Alexandra Mary Dieterman,
Elizabeth Marie Erickson,
Daniel Mark Hansen,
John David Munson,
Michaela Ann O'Keefe,
Marissa Christina Williams,
Sean Patrick McMeans,
Shane Emmanuel McNally,
Megan Ann Steichen,
Emily Elizabeth Swenson,
Jonah Marshall Turner,
James Michael Farrell,
Annie Louise Yetzer,
Sarah Jane Jackson,
Andrew Richard Klein,
Connor John Kennefic,
Brenna Grace Bloom,
Samantha Ellen Tako,
Laura Marilyn Swenson,
Tyler Michael Winkleman,
Shane Humphrey Ringcob,
Ian Matthew Pugh,
Alana May Hildren Hennon,
Marissa Claire McGinty,
Jacob Aaron Perendi,
Nicholas Michael Wilson,
Sarah Joy Connell,
Hope Lauren Nelson,
Gabriel Lloyd Murray,
Havendra Warren Jatan,
Erica Ann Nagley,
Sydney Ruth Anderson,
Matthew Dean Copran,
Alexander James Scheller,
Rianne Marie Adler,
Madison Marie Byrne,
Evan Garner Tubbs,
Patrick Hancock,
Nicole Brielle Crookton,
Bryn Angeline Parsons,
Michael Darrell Kukulski,
Andrew Cutler Finnegan,
Aaliyah Zhadanov,
Jennifer Ann Westland,
Wyatt Nathan Huso,
Patrick O'Reilly,
Matthew Jacob Fishbach,
Madeline K. Grunkley,
Anna Marion Olchenbruns,
Molly Michelle Goyne,
Ryan James Douglas,
Derek Jersey Shoka,
Mallory Jane Raymond,
Miriam Christine Amerikian,
Tyler Colt Streff,
Brandon Daniel Scheller,
Bailey Nicole Seidel,
Lauren Elizabeth Johnson,
Riley Jordan Bannock,
Nathan Curtis Braun,
Alyssa Maria Oakman,
Elizabeth Barbara Anderson,
Samuel Thomas Pezick,
Kyle Randall Schlichting,
Michaela K. Wand,
Casey Nicole McCarthy,
Henry Wallen Dorgan,
Cole Augustus Scheller,
Megan Rose Foster,
Courtney Marie Carnop,
Brock David Rothschiller,
Zhu Tao Shi,
Mackenzie Lee Wand,
Natalie Jane Baldinger,
Rachel Chang Taylor,
Ryan Thomas Larson,
Maxwell Thomas Minsker,
Carter William Johns,
Kyla Ray Johnson,
Megan Marie Wolf,
Keith Walter Krause,
Thomas J. Figgenshaw,
Annika Elizabeth Strami,
Samira Omar Daher,
Christopher Stephen Hawley,
Charles Stephen Gaucher,
Marissa Diane Vogt,
Peyton Ann Beyer,
Nicholas Robert Acton,
Abdasis Daher Abdullahi,
Nicole Elaine Johnson,
Miranda Victoria Jeffries,
Joshua Jeffrey Greenwell,
Justin Thomas Dietz,
Holly Deanna Besicki,
Tasha Lynn Curran,
Roman Zielinski,
Arup Arkelgood,
Katie Lauren Stock,
Hannah Lynn Wilken,
Michael Lawrence O'Shea,
Zachary David Iverson,
Ryan Thomas Osell,
Kelsey Nicole Doucette,
Amanda Lynn Blake,
Tessa Marie Adkins,
Kevin Jeffrey Levercom,
Eric Christian Gani,
Mary Elizabeth Larson,
Blair Marie Blanchette,
Luke Alex Westrom,
Ryan Patrick Junty,
Rachel Catherine Larson,
Laura Elizabeth Billing,
Trevor Way Zarecki,
Dakota Rain Joseph,
Catherine Anna Jordan,
Kelsey Joy Walsh,
Nicholas James Studensky,
Ryan Bruce Johnson,
Cassandra Elise Warner,
Rachel Marie Boer,
Brandon Sanchez,
Taylor Patrick Cook,
Grace Johanna Miller,
Allison Joe Granboy,
Charles Victor Shower,
Luke Marcus Keller,
Marin Olivia Haugen,
Kelsey Marie Hedquist,
Heather Marie Hansen,
Connor Matthew Simpson,
Eleanor Mary Schreiner,
Jeffrey Bond Troyer,
Benjamin Connor Miller,
Morgan Lee Kappis,
Carly Louise Swanson.
Dylan James Matheson.
Kevin Mitchell Kunick.
Molly Margaret Burdick.
Eva Catherine Rose Buckmeyer.
Jabri Malik Guy.
Elijah John Wade.
Shelby Lynn Worden.
Alondra Yvonne Bernier Massey.
Connor Gary Embritson.
Michael Christian Kunst.
Catherine Victoria Torres.
Aaliyah Renee Cage.
Trevor Chris Fabry.
Adam Lee Frankenfeld.
Annalise Mary Favorite.
Brenna Noel Haskery.
Lucas Edward Gedke.
Colin Joseph Fisher.
Shelby Catherine Williams.
Carter Ray Bewley.
Joshua James Downey.
Lillian Coyote Newell.
Abigail Joe Wilson.
Gabe G. Yizma.
Christina Marie Rodriguez.
Madison Renee Peter.
Nicholas Glenn Meyer.
Samuel Ramika Hogan.
Carlin Diane Shorey.
Jamie Marie Stella.
Austin Joseph Tula.
Nathan Robert Schammel.
Mallory Kate Drentel.
Kendra Lynn Callister.
Markel D. Bird.
Corey Joseph Grieger.
Brittany Marie Griggs.
Yana Babka.
Brandon James Matson.
Joseph Ryan Weatherly.
Rachel Christine Gemboy.
Alyssa Ann Stoa.
Thomas Andrew Camrood.
Dominic Joseph Carlisano.
Shannon Nicole Wenk.
Allison Faye Howland.
John Austin Beble.
Darshay Trevana Griffin.
Madeline Rose Bands.
Alexander Degg Stenstead.
Silesh Vola.
Hannah Catherine Volmuth.
Andrew Thomas Johnson.
Anthony Joseph Sarn.
Marissa Lynn Noyes.
Nicole Marie Fowler.
Samuel Paul Dickmeyer.
Marshall Benton Ford.
Michaela Tiffany Baki.
Josie Ray White.
Philip W. Kohlmeyer.
Ryan Charles Colton.
Tierney Lee Sareka.
Rachel May Thielen.
Joseph William Keegan.
Kyle Anthony Stefani.
Ashley Diane Johnson.
Krista Elizabeth Thiel.
Dane Raymond Kartek.
So Cameron Chuck.
Alexandra F. Johnson.
Roxanne Elizabeth Holt.
Mitchell Anthony Morella.
Thomas Gregory Powers.
Christina Michelle Efland.
Jacob Lewis Peterson.
Andrew Joseph Friedman.
Samantha Marie Chase.
Hannah Catherine Bianchинad.
Ian Scott Vanderhoven.
Danielle M. Donahue.
Brittany Ann Lynch.
Thomas Tran.
Joseph Thomas Weaver.
Nicole Michelle Mazer.
Amarin Renee Idell.
Adam Elliott Marcon.
Grant Norman Meyer.
Amelia Reina Marinkovich.
Brianna Ray Pernsteiner.
Mark Robert Woodcock.
Dominic Michael Alfonso.
Danielle Michelle Mazer.
Molly Catherine Martinez.
Michael Roy Volkman.
Luke Anthony Hoffman.
Devin Carolyn Devine.
Caroline Ellen McCready.
Kevin Martinez.
Colin Hayden Olstad.
Kylie Michelle Brown.
Elizabeth Faye Muschel.
Jacob Tyler Lang.
Fallon Delaney Acker.
Alexis Crystal Harris.
Sergio Jaden Munoz Chevalier.
Cullen Robert Willocks.
Marissa Lauren Natzel.
Aaron Cleon Sandoval Favre.
Kevin Way.
Sarah Esther Marcus.
Corey Rachel Stigman.
Michael James Dunleavy.
Stephen Dale Stransky.
Allison Elizabeth Munson.
Sonia Pashricha.
Michael Stephen Beamish.
Jose Roberto Campos.
Brianna Hunter Long.
Samantha Jean Sablak.
Chad David Chaplesky.
Brian Michael Prott.
Samantha Rose Delzato.
Jordan Marie Zaborowski.
Connor Andrew Anderson.
John Kevin Paulson.
Joseph Robert Lombardi.
Chloe Danielle Foley Pickner.
Kelly Marie Hansen.
Will Mackenzie Peterson.
Joseph James Anfinson.
William Gunnar Gustafson.
Alexandra Elizabeth Stang.
Amanda Marie Ostrom.
Paige Elizabeth Patterson.
Freddie Joe Cashman.
Casey Mack Dean.
Rachel Amanda Collis.
Brittany K. Lauerman.
Andrew Craig Markland.
Nathaniel Richmond Cobbett.
Matthew Philip Teeters.
Anna Noyen.
Catherine Jeanette Ryan.
Benjamin Donald Trevish.
Nicholas Jack Forche.
Jackie Lynn Sylar.
Shelby Rose Brown.
Benjamin Patrick Grounds.
Thomas Martin Rosen.
Emily Ann Schmidt.
Nicole Kelly Johnson.
William Severin Layton.
Benjamin Brian Peters.
Megan Beatrice Duran.
Christine Jamie Ramstad.
Joseph James Blair.
Kendra Elizabeth Plashko.
Michael Andrew Sewart.
Sun Trung Nugent.
Andrew Robert Lawler.
Madison Alice Rainford.
Katrina Ashley Renine Sharp.
Isaac Tiberius Holman.
Timothy Parr Hansen.
Abigail Yvonne Brinkmeyer.
Sydney Marie Lane.
Thomas James Crotty.
Mitchell Lawrence Galazuski.
Rachel Lynn Peterson.
Jamie Marie Kent.
Eduardo Angel Morales.
Taylor Reed Espy.
Aaron Mackenzie Klukas.
Aubrey Lene Johnson.
Samuel Jacob Gaylord.
Brady James Coleman.
Abigail Kalk Peterson.
Nicole Elizabeth Stevens.
Raphael Yason Brewster.
Matthew Edward Price.
Elizabeth Marie Demyanov.
Dalia Clarissa Macias Martinez.
Joseph Austin Roan.
Matthew Christian Cherney.
Christian Salvador Reyes.
Rihanna Kari Izell.
Anne Elizabeth Roloff.
Megan Renee Neville.
Espen Noreen Iverson.
Cullen James Ness.
Alexandra Noel Sargo.
Emma Elizabeth Richard.
Christopher Clem Renzi.
Dylan Matthew Menetter.
Natalie Elizabeth Wagner.
Carissa Ann Nepstad.
Phoebe Elena Craig.
Raymond David Harris.
Nathaniel David Johnson.
Justine Bryna Lang.
Kelly Elizabeth Rodriguez.
Austin Bradford Weber.
Micah Matthew Hausman.
Carly Jean Lutz.
Matthew Dewey Van Rissingham.
David Vin Truong.
Sean Jabe.
Jessica Elizabeth Stanislawski. Evan Reed Robidoux. Marissa Sue Gansky. Brett Daniel Nierengarten. David V. Peterson. Michael Gerald Ream. Philip Ark Petruk. Evan William Esslinger.
Reed Anthony Emmons.
Congratulations, class of 2013.